Divine Masculine is going above and beyond, shocking you, meeting your expectations of him, working on the bond in subtle ways, wanting to get in your good graces so you start seeing him in a good light again. Slowly but surely, he's gaining your trust and momentum, listening to the words that the feminine has told him and consciously making the efforts to be stable within himself and his life. He knows the feminine sees him in a negative light at the present, and he knows that he's disappointed her. He's wanting to change her thoughts about him again. He wants the feminine to have a different outlook on the situation overall and love him unconditionally, not knowing that she does care and love him unconditionally already, but he's just conditioned to believe otherwise and has a lot of self-sabotage in him. Fake profiles and masculine could be using other people to snoop to make sure that you haven't moved on. And it's safe for him to say what he needs to say. They might ask your family members or friends questions to pry in your business and make sure there's no one else on the scene before they make a move. They need to be sure that they're not going to embarrass themselves. Both counterparts are starting to see 1111 appear more, similar to when you first came into meeting. If you have met physically with your divine twin, you would have realised around the time before meeting them in the physical that you've seen a lot of 1111 on clocks, billboards, messages online, and you were attracted to the twin flame number. So you Googled it, you were intrigued, and then it slowed down for a while on the path of ascension. And now you might start seeing it creeping back up again. It's because Spirit wants you to know that there is a fated meetup planned with your counterpart this year, the back end of the year. I'm hearing back end, which could also mean that you think this is all going to be sexual. But Divine Feminine has a fear that the masculine will just come in like a knight and play games with her. You might want sex from her, then leave again. This couldn't be further from the truth. The masculine is sexually attracted majorly towards the feminine, but it's never just that. He's attached to her inside and out. He loves the feminine's energy as a whole, and it's just unmatched to anyone else. He doesn't want to come off as sexual at all anymore towards his counterpart. He wants to come across as being mature and stable. In fact, he's having these thoughts himself, knowing that he can't express anything sexual or even make a joke about that until he has proved himself. He needs to get to a level of trust, and he needs to get that trust back from his feminine before any of that was to take place. And he knows that the feminine will not just give in to him this time, but he finds her so attractive. I'm seeing feminine has fell off spiritually, or feeling like she's fell off. She's not getting the time to pray or manifest her dreams, and she's being too caught up with the material world and feeling bad about that recently. But I'm seeing that the feminine, if she hasn't already, she's going to get back into that routine of self-care and prayer, feeling good, because she knows that her counterpart has also grown closer to God in this process, which is just beautiful. So God in the universe has always been a big thing for the counterparts, but even more beautiful that they both brought each other more to God than anyone else has. I can also see the feminine now acknowledging and feeling deeply grateful for this journey that she reflects on. The fact that this journey has brought her so many lessons with her masculine, who almost broke her, but she's managed to pull through the heaviness, and instead of feeling let down by her masculine, she's changing her mindset all the time and balancing her life out now. She is practicing grounding, and forgiveness is in her energy heavily. This season gives us the opportunity to grow and get serious on making stable plans for the future. Get focused on all of our goals, our financial aspects, and I can see both feminine and masculine being ambitious and goal orientated in the coming weeks, with each other in mind as the end goal once all other goals are accomplished. I'm seeing a new phone on the table, a new number, a new phone. I'm getting someone has a new number that they don't want anyone else to know about, or a new house number that they don't want anyone to know about. They don't want to reveal this to many people. Spirit says keep this a secret. Keep private matters private as to where you live, or don't give anyone your details. Only close friends and family at this time. This is sacredness. I'm seeing someone clearing their phone too of old numbers, junk emails, pictures that they no longer want to keep, an overall cyber clear out. If you haven't done this, you're guided to, as it will help make the mental and cyber space needed for all the new memories that are about to come in. I'm seeing Divine Feminine focusing on her finances and being very careful with her money. Money is on the up and she feels better about this. Divine Masculine is seen worried about his finances this week. He has a lot of money coming in from different sources but seems unorganised, unsettled financially, tends to waste a lot of money and not save, makes silly choices and doesn't manage his money well overall, then gets angry about it later. I can see that on Divine Masculine's mind, he thinks a lot of healing. He thinks a lot of healing needs place in the Divine Masculine and Feminine connection. He wants talks, deep talks needed, sexual healing when the time is right, guidance and communication needed. He can't seem to rest with this thought always on his mind. He feels something is totally out of sync in his life due to this, so no matter what he does, he can't seem to focus on anything else other than needing to bridge the gaps. He seems ready to speak up. Something or someone seems to be holding him back. Or this is simply his alter ego. His ego is telling him not to bother, as he can't seem to go back on his words, or he simply doesn't have the energy to come forth, but it's very much on his mind. There might be religious differences or culture differences between the partners. I'm seeing religious garments, traditional clothing, a house of prayer. Divine Masculine could be seen getting down on his knees and praying for things to improve between him and his feminine. And I'm seeing him asking for forgiveness for the way that he has treated her. He does feel awful about this dynamic currently, and he knows that he's let the feminine down immensely. He felt like his immaturity and the cultural differences has got in the way, and he has been seen crying a lot over this situation. He sometimes does not want the feminine to know this. No matter which way he turns, he's frustrated. It's like his feelings run deep for the feminine, and he's banging his head against the wall at the moment. He feels burdened and has experienced a lot of karma, but is still recovering from the karma. Then more comes. So I still think he has not made a clear move to progress the situation, but Spirit is asking him to fix what he has broke within Divine Feminine's soul. Her soul has not been quite the same since, and it's up to the masculine to bring the truth, the closure, the clarity to the table. Although the feminine feels like she's whole again and thriving, she still prays that she can get the long-awaited answers, and Spirit wants the feminine to know that it will come in due time, but in the meantime, just to focus on self and continue what you are doing. Improve your confidence and enjoy time around company that brings out the best in you. I'm getting that Divine Feminine is social networking with old friends, ex-bosses. Emails are going backwards and forwards, making plans to socialise at the end of this month or the start of next month. This is exciting for Divine Feminine, but she also has anxiety and excitement due to these plans. She also wonders, will she bump into her counterpart or get any interaction with any other masculine potentials? She is very nervous, and I'm getting a nervous stomach, almost feels sick with excitement. It's like she's come to a point where she just wants to explore and see what's on offer for her. Change and newness is coming, and she is feeling bold and ready. Powerful comes to mind. Divine Feminine is settling into her new life perfectly, the way the universe and God intended for her to settle into a new space. Whilst Divine Masculine can't settle in his life at all, no matter how much he tries, as his poor choices and his belief system for what it is meant to be, right and wrong in his life, is just not aligning. He is not happy with some aspects of his life, and he's not living in his truth, which is affecting his mentality. He feels drained. I can see the feminine is wanting or needing to reach out to the masculine, maybe not directly, but through someone else. She needs to ask for either a tangible item back from him or finances from him. Something to do with money. But if a divine feminine and masculine wants shared accommodation, a property of some kind, or a child is involved, both responsibilities financially, she either feels divine masculine owes her something or has something that belongs to her that she needs back, that was either sentimental or worthy of something, and that she feels that he shouldn't just keep to himself, if that makes sense. That's what Spirit is showing me. And also A Bronx Tale. There is a movie to watch. I was clearly divinely guided to mention the title of this movie. Although I have not seen this movie myself yet, I will now try to watch this, as there is a message in this movie for some of the collective to do with their twin flame path and journey that is significant. And if any of the collective watching has seen this movie, feel free to drop a comment in the comment section about what you learned about this movie, and it might help someone out. Connecting to divine masculine's energy again, I am feeling that he is very much aware of the fact that he can't keep going down the path of burying his head in this mess, and he needs to come forth and make the communication to clear the path to union. He feels it's not guaranteed. Obviously, that has been a lot of what's happened within the journey, and that he's aware that the feminine might turn him down, but he potentially feels that she's moved on completely this time. And the energy that divine feminine holds currently is that of stability, balance and endurance. And the feminine feels she has battled enough and has finally come to peace with the situation. She is learning how to balance her energies, become more stable, grounded and spiritual. Just as she couldn't care less about the twin flame journey is when the masculine is wanting to come in with communication that is very much awaited and needed. I got a clear message that divine feminine will receive a message or email soon regarding a conversation that is important to the masculine, and this has been on his mind for a very long time. Like, share and subscribe for more updates direct from Spirit.